What up, New York? You're listening to 108.4 on your FM dial. And this is After Dinner with Glenda. Why do we call it After Dinner? 'Cause it's after dinner, duh. Tonight we're going to talk about my fave color, GREE green.
Some people have the knack for growing things. They say they're born with a green thumb. Well, I wasn't one of them. My name is Eddie. I live in New York City, East Harlem to be exact. Here's where I go to school, PS 72. School's tough, but it's a lot more fun ever since I got a teacher named Miss Tolliver. Miss Tolliver makes us keep a journal.
And I want you to write about what you learned today.
I took the idea and ran with it.
Perfect, check up. Hi, Eddie, come on in.
Right next to that rectangle is a whole bunch of triangles.
My mom has lots of names for this mess, but I call it my files. Were you ever the only one who couldn't do something? Well, it happened to me once in Miss Tolliver's class.
Next table, bring your pots, come up.
It all began 3 weeks ago.
We're just sort of gonna scoop here. There you go, okay. Aaron, you giving out the seeds?
It was gardening day.
Is that good enough? Okay, everyone have soil?
It started out simple enough. All we had to do was plant a seed.
You're going to plant your seed 1 centimeter from the surface of the soil. So you better measure the seeds you're placing in the correct position. Okay, so how far down are you supposed to go?
1
So what does that represent?
centimeter.
1 centimeter.
And then I put it in.
Then you plant it, that's it. Okay. Okay. Okay, you finished? How far down did you plant your seed?
1 centimeter away from the sun.
1 centimeter. Okay, good. Everyone ready? Put your pots down in front of you.
Then Miss Tolliver said
We're going
we
to
were
do
gonna do
an
an experiment.
And it's going to last over a period of days. Now, what do our plants need in order to grow?
Plants need sunlight. Plants need water to grow. Plants need minerals. They need air and soil.
Okay, good for you. Now, some of the things you mentioned are things that we can change. What mathematical word am I thinking of for change? Shandis, what word is it?
Very.
Well, you are very close, Shandis, but not quite there. Vary. And the word that we use, Jessica?
Variable.
Very good for you. Variable. So sunlight, soil, and water. These are also types of variables because we can change. So in a couple of days.
So that was our project. Grow a sunflower.
Okay, you can start packing up, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, Miss Tolliver.
Okay.
3 days later, everybody's seeds began to sprout,
Go to the window, get your plants, and bring them back.
except mine.
So right now, I want you to take a look at your sunflower seed and write down some of the changes that you have noted in your plant from when you first planted the seed. What have you noticed that changed your plant?
It has a baby stem and it's going into a plant.
Okay, good. See, so those are the observations you can make. Nice job. Oh my goodness. Eddie, don't worry so much. Everything's gonna be cool. Just keep watching your plant. It'll grow. Okay, put down your pencils for a moment. Now, when we planted seeds, we talked about the variables that we can change. What could we change when we are trying to grow a plant?
Light.
Okay, good.
The amount of water we give it.
Good for you. Now, if we can change the amount of light and we can change the amount of water, then light and water are also variables. And that's what we're going to do today.
So
I'm
Miss
going to
Tolliver
break you
broke us up into two groups.
One group is going to give their plants bright light over by the window. The second group is going to be the low light group on the back table.
We also had to keep track of the amount of water.
You're going to give your plant 1 dropper full of water. And then after a few days, we're going to observe our plants again, and we're going to see what changes take place.
So I did what Miss Tolliver said. I waited and I watched. But every morning, I would come to school only to find nothing.
Okay, take a good look at them. Okay.
I couldn't believe this was happening. How could I be the only one who didn't have a green thumb?
Okay, everyone stop looking at your plants. So right now, measure the height of your plant in centimeters, and then we're going to record all of the information on the board. Okay, let's go. Do the measurement. Okay, what is the height of your plant, Priscilla?
4 centimeters.
4 centimeters, okay. Joselito, how tall was your plant?
3 centimeters tall.
Okay. Eddie, what's the height of your plant? Well, I guess I have to come back to you. You don't have it yet. Okay, give me the height of your plant.
2 centimeters. 5 centimeters.
2.5 centimeters.
3 centimeters.
6 centimeters.
3.5 centimeters.
5 centimeters.
7 centimeters tall.
Good for you.
Mine was
Now,
a big
let's take a
0
look for a minute
centimeters.
at these numbers.
But I wasn't about to give up. The secret to a green thumb was out there, and I was determined to find it. I tried everything I could to get that seed to sprout. I changed you. I watered it. I even planted it in a new pot. But nothing worked. So I decided to see what Johnny had to say about it.
You know, when I first came to New York, Eddie, I didn't know much about working out. I would just do whatever I wanted to do, but I wasn't getting any better. Then I found someone who knew what they were doing, and I learned everything that I could from them, Eddie. That's when I started getting in great shape. My point is, Eddie, if you want to learn about plants, talk to somebody who knows plants. It's your best bet.
So I did what Johnny said and went looking for some good advice. I asked Aunt Rosa.
Ew, this is too wet. I think you're drowning this poor seed.
I asked my mom.
Give it some more plant food, honey. All growing things need to eat, you know.
I even asked Fred, the building super.
Are you sure it's getting enough light, Eddie?
Everyone had advice, but none of it seemed to be working.
Eddie, you gotta talk to this seed. You gotta make her feel real comfortable, relaxed. Play it some music, a little Mozart or some jazz maybe.
I began to realize that maybe the people I was talking to really didn't know that much about plants.
Read it some poetry. Pamper it, coddle it. Then it'll grow for you.
things just weren't working out. So I stopped by Aunt Rosa's, because she always cheers me up.
If you're looking for Rosa, she left about an hour ago with her cello.
It was Aunt Rosa's friend, Glenda.
What you got there?
I told her it was a sunflower.
Well, looks like it has a chance to be one someday.
Then I told her about my search for the secret to a green thumb.
I might be able to help you. Come on.
I told her I was Rosa's nephew, and my name was Eddie.
So you're Rosa's nephew. You know, her thumb's not too green either. My name's Glenda. My folks named me after my great-grandfather, only his name was Glenn.
I couldn't believe it. There were plants everywhere.
There's a sofa if you want to sit down. I'm just going to put these in the kitchen.
It was like a rainforest.
Can you feel all the oxygen in there? It's from the plants.
Out there, we have New York City rush hour traffic. But in here is a green oasis. The vast majority of the gardens that you'll see in New York City, and there are almost 1,000 of them, are gardens that were once vacant lots. Neighbors came together and said, we want to do something about this. There's trash there, kids want to play there, we want to clean it up and make it into a green space. My name is Ellen Goolsby, and I'm the operations manager at Green Gorillas. We work at community gardens, so when people call us and they're interested in gardening, we can tell them about community gardens in their area, which are open to everyone in their neighborhood. A lot of people call the Green Gorillas to find out what types of things will grow in the city. For instance, we have a lot of tall buildings, skyscrapers, so people need to know what will grow well in the shade. And a favorite that we tell them is ivy, which can make a bare wall look really beautiful, create shade. You can plant whatever you want, but your chances are going to vary. It depends on whether it will thrive in a climate like ours, how much light it needs, how much water it needs, what type of soil it needs. It's crawling with life. And I'll just walk down the block, cut off some oregano, and grab some tomatoes and throw it right in with my dinner. It's great. That's the authentic New York garden experience.
You know, people say I have a knack for growing things. Yeah. Looks pretty green, doesn't it? Let's see yours. What do you know? Looks just like mine.
I wasn't sure what she was getting at.
You know, when I was little, everybody always used to talk about how my grandma had a green thumb. But you know what? Her thumb was the same color as mine, so I wasn't sure what they meant. Then one day, Grandma told me a green thumb only means you know something about what you're doing. She grew up on a farm in Iowa. Sometimes I wish I could live on a farm. That would be cool, don't you think?
Working on a farm is a good place to be. You can drive tractors. You can work with the water. You're actually growing something that wasn't there before and creating something that people are going to eat. And so there's so many different things to do. And I think that is one of the things I love the most. My name is Bryce Lundberg. This is where I grew up, in Northern California. I've always wanted to be a farmer when I was a kid, you bet. On our farm, we have rice crops. Rice grows very well here in California. And I, as an organic farmer, I'm very concerned about what is going on in the soil. Organic farmers don't use any chemicals on their land. You take care of the soil, adding good things that are going to turn into the food you eat.
That is really good-looking rice.
There's a lot of variables in farming. Some we have control over, some we don't. There's the weather that we have nothing to say about. Some of the variables that a lot of farmers don't think about are, what do people want to eat? There's long grain and short grain, sweet rice, basmati rice, jasmine rice, arborio rice, black rices, white rice, brown rice. There's literally thousands of types of rice.
We'll get going here.
As a farmer, we need to plan how much rice to grow of each variety. What rice are we going to plant in each different field? How much seed to buy?
We're talking another 25% mill volume, and then you're there.
Those are the variables we work with even before we start farming. Then we drown the fields with about 12 inches of water. Then we plant the rice. And then it grows in the water. You have to go out there and look at them every day. And then you have to decide, when is it not going to grow anymore? The plants don't tell you, I'm done. We have to take the water off and let the field dry up, that we can come in and start harvesting. During harvest, we have machines that are called harvesters. We only have one harvest a year, so we only get one shot to get that right. Well, you need to be able to plan how much storage that's going to take. Well, each one of these bins contains roughly 1 million pounds of rice. That's a lot of rice. Every week we want to be in the bins, monitoring the temperatures, the freshness, the moisture of the rice.
That kernels look very plump. They look pretty good, huh?
You have to keep it so it doesn't get infested with insects, because insects like to eat rice too. In order to eat this rice, though, you have to bring it into a rice mill to hull it and then to polish it. Then you've got finished table rice ready to eat. And then it comes here and it goes into bags, goes on to a truck and is destined for your stores. So those are some of the variables we work with. Farming is a great job. It's a great thing to do. You're actually creating food. And that gives you a lot of satisfaction.
I decided to show Glenda my plant journal.
Wow, Eddie. I'm really impressed. This is very scientific. You have a great watering schedule, plenty of light, plant food. Seed depth, 1 inch. I think it might be a little dark down there for that seed.
I realized that maybe I didn't exactly follow Miss Taliba's instructions.
All your other variables look great, Eddie. Really good.
I told Glenda that maybe Miss T said 1 centimeter, not 1 inch.
Why don't you try 1 centimeter and see if it works? Hey, I could see your thumb turning green already. Hey, New York, what's really going on? You're listening to After Dinner with Glenda. Tonight we're going to talk about my fave color, GREE green. That's right, because you know the coolest things on Earth are green. I'm serious, check it out. Trees. The grass in Yankee Stadium. The go light on a traffic signal. And there's Pluto's eyes. He's my cat. And then money is green for a reason, right? But what about a green thumb? I mean, are people really born with them? Or is that just a bunch of parsley? The lines are open.
At first, I didn't believe it. It couldn't be the same Glenda. But then...
Hey, a few days ago, I met this kid named Eddie. Talk about a green thumb. This guy could grow a cactus on the North Pole. So if you're listening, Eddie, hope everything is cool and your sunflowers are sprouting away. Got a call from somebody with a green thumb in the Bronx. How you doing? You're on After Dinner with Glenda.
So it turns out that Glenda on the radio is the same Glenda who helped me out. Is that strange or what? Anyway, I got the variables right, and the seed started to sprout. And I realized it had nothing to do with the color of my thumb. But if you look at it real close, I think it's definitely turning a little green. Anyway, time to close the files. I have a feeling tomorrow's gonna be a big day.
This is PBS.